What's up, guys? Mike Hill Matthew here with LA Sparks Weekly. I am here with the one and only DJ Treacy Trees, who is back. But sad game we just saw on Twitter. 100,000 plus watching the Sparks fall 83-73. Coming up short. They tried to fight back, but it wasn't enough. You know we have to talk about it. We got the coach that's going to be talking there in the post-game press conference. We got players here with your favorite show, LA Sparks Weekly, baby. We are back, Sparks fan. Thank you so much for joining us after this tough defeat there on the road against the Chicago Sky. We saw Angel Reese.
We did. First time.
Yeah, our first time. You know, her and Cameron Brink matching up in the WNBA. What's your thoughts on tonight's loss? After picking up a nice victory Tuesday, they suffered this defeat.
I think tonight the reason that the Sparks couldn't really defeat the Chicago Sky is because the Chicago Sky are a fast team.
Okay.
It's like Teresa Witherspoon is teaching them all how to be like her, right? She got Dana Evans out there running. You were talking about Kennedy.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many. Marina Mabry has already got that little three-point shot that she be doing, you know, and doing that. So it's like you got this team that's constantly picking up pace and forcing turnovers and doing all these things, and I think it just became overwhelming tonight for the Sparks.
And with the Sparks, they're a team that's going to fight. Like, they're going to go out there. They're going to give everything. You saw that they got down early, coming out very slow, having a bad second quarter as well. They come their way back, cut it to single digits in the fourth, but it wasn't enough. They're a team that, like some of the other years, you know they're going to fight, but you got to try to get these types of wins. Lexi Brown is someone who gets a lot of spotlight. She does the podcast with Gilbert Arenas. She was just on Jay Hud's show with Cameron Brink, Rakia, and De'Erica Hamby, who played another great game. What's going on with Lexi? 4 points tonight after only having 3 points the last game. What do you think is going on with Lexi Brown?
It's looking like a slow start. Okay. It's looking like a slow burn. I honestly think she came off of that season, and she played a lot of AU hoops over the course of the summertime. The spring. But now we in the season, and it's adjusting. And then being forced to play a one role because now people are trapping you and doubling you. Yeah. So you're not getting all of the looks. It's taking her a little bit to adjust and calibrate, but I'm thinking that she'll start to figure out her place a little bit better as we get more practices. I think this road trip is really helpful because you're playing 4 games in 7 days, so that gives you some time to play basketball as well.
Yeah, and you know, of course, we got the post-conference coming up for you. We got more to say to talk about it, but we want to hear from the pros, hear from the coach, hear from the players. So I hope you guys are ready for the post-conference.
We'll start off with opening statements from Nola.
Yeah, I thought we started off pretty slow, had a slow start, dug ourselves in a pretty deep hole, but I was proud of the way we responded in the second half. We won the third quarter, 27-18. So we'll back to the drawing board. Kurt will be back, and we'll proceed business as usual.
First question, Infanity TV. Second question, Cameron.
Hey, Coach. DJ from Infanity TV. My question for you tonight is, what are your thoughts around the turnovers tonight and, you know, Chicago's pace and pushing us toward those?
Yeah, no, definitely. Chicago, I think they're leading the league right now in forcing turnovers. So we knew that going into the game that emphasis needed to be taking care of the ball. And we just didn't get that done tonight. And we've struggled to do that so far in the season. But it's pretty par for the course when you have a young team, a new team, young players. You just trying to fill out rotations. So, yeah, tough, but we'll learn from it. We'll go back, look at the film, and try to clean some things up offensively so that we're not playing on our back foot the whole game, trying to just string together some stops. But yeah, it starts with taking care of the ball for sure.
Hey, Coach, Michael Matthew here from Infanity TV. Lexi Brown, she had her big games early in the year. She scored 16 points, 20 points. Then she started to play more on the ball. It seems like it's affecting some of her scoring because she has to do so much more. Are you guys seeing the same thing? And has there been any talks of maybe getting her more off the ball where she can just be in the scoring position?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely things that we've talked about. It's tough, when you have people go down to injuries. We had Leisure go down to an injury, right? So we kind of go next man up mentality. And the first 2 games that she played at the point, she had success. So not really overly concerned with a few, early struggles playing a new position, right? That's probably par for the course as well. So we'll do our best to make her comfortable. Hopefully we get Leisure back soon. And then, yeah, she'll be playing off the ball more. So
Thank you.
definitely something we're talking about.
Cameron?
Hi, this is Cameron from The Next. Last week, Coach Miller said that Rakia was sort of serving as a sixth starter. I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what it's meant to have her rotate into the starting lineup. Obviously, wishing Leia a super speedy recovery, but what that's meant kind of in terms of size and sort of shifting and what she's meant to the team.
Yeah, definitely. It's big to get Rakia in the starting lineup, right? So that's why we like her, right? That's why we picked her. She's versatile. So she can play the 3, she can play the 4. So it's helped us a lot early. Just these past 2 games that she started, just being able to take advantage of some size matchups with her playing at the 3 and being big. So it's meant everything to us.
Thank you.
Jordan Grice, followed by Anwar.
Hey, this is Jordan Grice from Television Sports. So I wanted to ask about Rakia as well. Even though it was later in the game, she kind of got her scoring going offensively, and we know what she could do on the defensive end. So just talk about what you like seeing from her this season thus far.
Yeah, I love Rakia, big fan of Rakia. She's able to do it all. She can score it back to the basket. She can take you off the bounce. She can get to the free throw line when she's being aggressive. So I think that's what we saw tonight, right? She took advantage of some matchups when she had smaller guards on her, and even at times when she had Diamond on her, she was able to exploit those matchups because she's just that good, to be honest. So yeah, really excited about Rakia, really excited about Cam, excited about everybody on our team. But speaking to Rakia specifically, yeah, it's fun to strategize when you have a player that can do multiple things.
And just a quick follow-up. I know you mentioned that Chicago is good at forcing turnovers, but that's been a big issue the last few games. So just talk about what's going to be the main thing in trying to cut down on the turnovers as the season goes by.
Yeah, definitely. I think it starts with watching it on film, right? Going back to the drawing board, getting some good film sessions in on seeing what is it? Is it other people forcing us into turnovers? Is it our lack of focus? Is it just what is it? What is causing us to struggle with taking care of the ball? Definitely something we're concerned about, right? Nobody wants to turn the ball over 18 times a game, but it is what it is, and so we'll try to adjust and be better going forward. But that's definitely an emphasis, right? You want to take care of the ball.
Thank you.
Last question, Anwar.
Coach, how would you assess the team's rebounding tonight? You said that was a big emphasis coming in, and you've played 2 physical rebounding teams, Dallas and Chicago, back to back.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we lost the rebounding war by 2. So not happy about that, right? We want to be able to control the glass. That's something that we take pride in. And tonight we just didn't get it done. So a little disappointed. Wish we would have got a little bit more offensive rebounds, but we have so many more games that we'll continue to build, grow, and learn from. So I'm excited with the direction that we're going in. And win, lose, or draw, we're going to continue to build. We're going to continue to put the work in. We're gonna continue to be diligent in just our strategy and our effort and our energy and just all the things that come with putting together a full game so that we could come out on the other side and get a W. It's hard. It's hard to win in the WNBA. It's hard to win in the WNBA when you don't have your head coach with you. So I'm extremely proud of how they stepped up and responded. And yeah, I couldn't be more happy.
Thank you, Nola.
Thank you.
I had to ask a question about Lexi because coming into the season, it was the thought that if she's healthy, maybe she can get back to that near all-star level she showed last year before dealing with the illness. But now another game, she struggles. I'm like, hey, maybe it's time to tell her, hey, we want to cut down on your responsibilities. Let's have you focus on scoring, what she's best at when she can catch and shoot, curl, do these things.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on what Lexi can do moving forward, DJ?
I agree with you, and I think they know. I think that message was loud and clear from the press conference. I think they're like, all right, cool. We were trying some different things.
Yeah.
Leisure went out. We kind of had our back up against the wall. We didn't know if we wanted to start. Aries had a couple breakout games, so they've just been back and forth about it. I do think that Lexi would be more effective already off the screen, just coming off of the screen and shooting. Catch and shoot. That is where Lexi was at her near all-star performing best. So it's like getting her back into that position, but it's hard when you don't have the other pieces that got her to that. You don't have Jordan Canada.
Yeah.
You don't have all those.
But see, that's why I trust in Ari. I think Ari has showed some things to where I would like to see, if you want to try to get some wins together right now, early in the season, they're 2-5. You go with a lineup of Ari, Kia Nurse, who had another solid back-to-back game, Lexi, you have Cameron, you have De'Erica, who's playing amazing basketball.
Yep.
Rakia can come off the bench and score because you can bring her in at power forward, at small forward. She can do a lot. But they have to figure out a way. Like maybe once Laisha get back, then you can slide her. She can play the point. She can do her thing. But it's like, hey, you want to try to get younger, play some young players. But we got the players, Kia Nurse, De'Erica Hamby. They are here with us. So let's hear what they have to say after tonight's tough loss. Hey, what's up, Kia?
Hi.
So this is back-to-back solid games for you. It just seems like you're getting everything back to how you started the season. Just how comfortable are you right now on the floor?
Yeah, really comfortable. There's ebbs and flows of every season and every game. I think one of the goals for me this year was to be more consistent, just along the offensive end and the defensive end for our team. So comfortable out there. My teammates are doing a good job of helping me get open and get easy shots. So appreciate them for that.
And DJ from Infanity TV, this question is for both Kia and De'Erica. Just watching the game on Twitter on my phone, it seems like it was pretty fast-paced. Can you speak to just the cardio aspect of what it's like to play against the Chicago Sky?
They're fast. Their guards are probably, 1 through 5, their first 5 guards are probably 5 fastest guards in the league. And that's what makes them good and allows them to play at such a high tempo and a high pace and be so active on defense and get out and kill people in transition. And we did a better job the second half, but we can't, like the first half really killed us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jordan, followed by Daniel.
Hey, ladies. So obviously you guys had a much better start in the second half. You got it within 9. But I guess just talk about what do you feel like got away from you in that fourth quarter as you couldn't get over the hump to try and take the lead in the game?
I think the O boards were momentum killers. We really talked about limiting them. We know that they're pretty elite at that. And I think when we were within reach, we kind of let that get away from us, and they were momentum killers. I think they all turned into like and one possession. So
Daniel, followed by Anwar.
Hey, De'Erica, this is Daniel Artest from the 9450. Your performance this season has been like nothing short of remarkable. The first player in WNBA history to have 7 consecutive games of 17 points and 9 rebounds. Can you talk about what changes or improvements you made to your game this offseason that has you playing at this high level?
Yeah. Just 7 games. That's all. One, being able to be on the floor. But just my confidence and my belief from my teammates, this coaching staff, and in myself. And I'd said this before I started camp that I'm going to compete like I'm the best player on the floor, and it may not always be true, but I'm going to believe that. I'm going to compete that way. And I'm glad to see it translating. Not my most efficient shooting percentage night. Missed a couple bunnies, but I'm happy with that and keep playing this way. We're going to be okay.
Last question, Anwar.
Yeah, on a similar vein, De'Erica, the broadcast said you've only sat, I think, 18 minutes all season. Can you sustain a workload like that? And how have you been able to get, so much conditioning in while maintaining a high scoring average?
I think just my motor. That's just kind of what I do. Like when I was in college, I never did cardio. I just my in the off season it was just like just lift and get stronger. Like you don't have to do conditioning. And I would come back and pass the conditioning test. And I think the first 3 games it took a second to be like, holy shit. And after that Washington game, my body was like all locked up. And I think now that I've adjusted to that, I'm okay. Like I still think I have more. I said it last game. A little short-winded maybe the first couple minutes, but I still think I have more in the tank. Crazy.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. Let me know when we start back. I'm good. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the LA Sparks Weekly Show. We just heard from the players, Kia Nurse and De'Erica Hamby. And the question that I had to ask, because we watched it on this little screen, right? Because it's on Twitter.
Yep.
And the Chicago Sky are a fast team. So De'Erica just finished talking about how it was like getting her motor and adjusting to it. I think that has a lot to do with it, because if you are playing against a team that have the fastest guards in the league and they're getting steals and taking you down in transition and scoring off of those transition points, it's really tough, especially with the team that is new and haven't been playing together as much. So those incidental turnovers that just might happen from a young team are kind of getting exploited.
Yeah, they excuse me. They just have to figure it out on the offensive end, because like you were talking about, you've been talking about all night, turnovers. Turnovers leads to easier baskets. It takes a shot attempt away from your team.
Yep.
So if you're not getting great shots, you turn the ball over against a team. We know Kennedy, former Spark, Hollywood, Kennedy Carter can get up and down when she showed it tonight. I believe she had like 12, 14 points.
With 4 fouls.
Yeah.
So she's being aggressive while she's scoring.
Still. And so it's like you can't turn that ball over. It's going to hurt you. This Sparks team is not the Aces. We all know that. They're not Connecticut. So they have to try to play as perfect of a game possible to beat some of these better teams. I know Chicago came in only 2-3, but they started off kind of fast in the season. They have some players, some nice talent. But, man, the Sparks just continue to hurt themselves. You come out very slow. They have to figure out the starting lineup. And you're turning the ball over. Then you only shoot like 4 for 20 from 3. They have to play near perfect to win a lot of these games, and they just didn't do it tonight.
Yeah. And, I mean, the turnovers and then the rebounds. We got to talk about we keep aiming for one and done, and we're getting closer.
Yeah.
But, you know,
they weren't too bad tonight.
One and done without fouling.
Yeah.
Because getting in foul trouble only makes that point spread go even farther. But I agree with Coach. They did an amazing job coming off of the halftime. And you can check my Twitter, because I tweeted, I'm like, the Sparks are going to come out a completely different team after halftime. And they did. They made the adjustments. They figured it out. And even De'Erica said, hey, little short-winded at the beginning of the game. Yeah. Because you just adjusted. I can only imagine what it's like.
Because Indiana is such a different team than Chicago with, you know, Caitlin and the way that they play basketball. But you got to be ready for it. You had your day off. Got to be ready to go. I think it's some adjustments that need to be made in that starting lineup that they have to fix to get them starting faster. But I want to give a shout-out to the two ladies that we just saw, because De'Erica, shout out to our guy, Daniel Artest, brought up a stat, the first player in the first 7 games to have 17 and 9 in each game. She is playing amazing basketball. Just like Nneka last year, you hate that the team is not winning as much because she will be talked about more in an MVP type of sense. But she's looking like an all-star player. Kia Nurse has picked it up.
She did.
She got
a couple little games.
Yeah, she had a couple games where you like trying to figure it out, but then the last 2 games, 15-plus points, she's doing her thing. So both of those ladies are playing well, but you got to figure things out with Lexi. Cameron Brink, of course, she's great defensively, all world on that end, but you want to hopefully start to see a little more development offensively. She had the game where she had 21 points. She come back with 2 games with some struggles. They got to try to figure out that starting lineup. Then with the bench, they got to try to see who do we trust. These are the 4 players we're going to play and give them their minutes. But I think that when you're trying to, let's throw Stephanie out there. Nah, that's not working. Let's throw Ray out there. Let's throw Zion. None of the players can get into a groove. But when you come in and say, hey, you're going to play about 10 to 12 minutes a game or 15, be ready to go, I think players can be more comfortable, and a set rotation will help everybody play better in their roles.
I agree with you. But I also, unpopular opinion, think Rakia should come off the bench.
Yeah,
and the only reason I'm thinking that is because she is lethal off the bench. She's such an unknown. You don't know what position she gonna come in at. You don't know what she gonna do next. She bring this whole spark of energy. Like the energy almost shifts and changes when you bring Rakia in.
Yeah.
And I would run Rakia with Ray.
Yep.
Zaya. Lee. Put Lee back in.
No, you got to play Lee.
There's no wrong Lee can do right now. She dribbling better. She getting the putbacks better.
She's doing her job.
She is doing her job, and she's being physical. It wasn't nobody out there tonight that could guard Lee.
Yeah.
They wasn't even facing her up. If she could just get the rebound and put the ball back in, I think that'll be a nice little marrying of dumping it down low. But we also, too, those passes that keep going through the middle of the lane.
Yeah, it has to be much better.
We got to really figure that out.
It has to be much better, but I'm hoping that we see a change. Hopefully, Lasia can get healthy so that she can be back in the starting lineup. If not, hey, let Ari do her thing as a starting point guard and get a little, get some minutes, because you want to get Lexi doing what she does best, score. Kia doing what she does best, score. Getting Ray out there. When she gets comfortable minutes and knows she's going to play, she had 12 the last game, only 6 tonight. 12 minutes, she has 8 points, big block. She helped you win a game. Not the same tonight because she couldn't be in there. Zaya.
She had some fouls, too.
No, she had a couple fouls. Yeah. But this is a team that's not going to win a championship. LA Sparks fans, I'm sorry if you had hope because of the big young names.
Listen.
They're not going to win a championship. Play the young players. Let them develop. They're going to take some smacks on the chin, but they're going to learn from it. Then that second half of the season, they look much better. Then next season, they take a step forward.
Yep, and I'm going to take us to a quick commercial break, and we're going to talk about how they're not a championship team, but they definitely a playoff team. I'll tell you my predictions on that when we come back from commercial.
And these are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
You know what it is.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Welcome back to the LA Sparks Weekly Show, y'all. I'm DJ Treese, and I'm here with Michael Matthew, as always. Thanks for hanging in with us. Let's pick up the conversation right where I was at, all right? The Sparks aren't going to win a championship. We know that. This is a rebuild. Everybody's using that language. But I do think that they can compete in the playoffs and grind some more of this. Find the diamond in the rookies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just clean up the team a lot more so that next year we're actually in a contending spot. Because as these players have played only, we 6 games in?
7 games.
7
2
games
and 5
in?
now, yep.
Cool, 2 and 5. Every player has gotten better. Every player that's played has gotten a little bit better. So it's like we've got the pieces. They just playing like they really ain't played together yet. They haven't had many practices. So this road trip is really good, almost tournament style, to kind of get you going to find that. And we can make a playoff run.
No, yeah, and it just starts with, trying to steal some of these early runs, because after that Olympic break, it's going to feel like a whole new season.
Yeah.
And you got to hope that you can have some chemistry, some wins that you already stacked up as you deal with change. But, you see it tonight. Coach talked about it. It's key. Mm-hmm. They got to make their three-point shots. Like, this is a team that's going to get them up. They have players that can shoot them. Ari, Lexi, Kia, Rakia, De'Erica. Like, a lot of their
even
players
Cam.
can shoot.
Cam had a couple threes. Yeah.
Ray, Zion, like, pretty much everybody on the roster can shoot threes, but they got to make them. It's a big part of their team, and that was a big difference tonight. You lose by 10. They win the three-point battle. They make 7. Sparks make 4. They got to make sure that they knock these down. And some of it starts with the guard play. They got to get into the paint, find people to create open threes so that they can make it happen.
Yeah.
But, it's some things that they have to fix. It's going to be good to have Coach back as they play Sunday. They travel to the Mercury.
Yep.
Mercury, who started off really fast, 3-1, has lost 3 straight games. They're 3-4. They led by Miss Copper, who was playing some amazing basketball.
You know why? She came from Chicago.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chicago.
Yeah, so Kalea Copper is going to be there. You got Diana Taurasi. Natasha Cloud, who's coming off a 20-point scoring game. They don't have Brittany Griner. How do we like that matchup for the Sparks? A team that's kind of, had a couple struggles these last 3 games.
I like the matchup, but I'm going to tell you that's going to be a physical game. Because Sophie is on the team.
Yep, Sophie.
They got so many players and then you put them in a desperate situation.
Mm-hmm.
Kalea Copper is waiting to go off.
No, yeah.
She waiting to drop a 30-piece at any moment in time just because, So I like this matchup. It'll be a good test for the Sparks to see how they can finish this tail end of the road trip and adjust. I also think that we missed a little bit of Coach Miller's energy tonight.
Okay.
Because him jumping on the court and doing all his
maybe
antics and
tech
stuff
or something that would have fired the girls
I feel like
up.
it makes you play different when your coach is on the court being involved. He got a tech last game because he was so involved in the play. So having him back and having the foresight and the afterthought of all of the ways that they didn't play so many different teams. I think it'll help. Yeah. We already played Phoenix.
And I'm hoping that we see a lineup change. Like I know we played them in the preseason and Zion went crazy and the Sparks got that win. I'm hoping that we see a lineup change and they get the players in their best positions to make things happen. But it's a game, like you're saying, it's going to be another tough matchup.
Yep.
If you haven't watched the WNBA, every game is pretty much a tough matchup. Even the Mystics, who haven't won yet.
Yep.
So it's going
to
be
always close to winning.
Yeah. It's going to be on the Sparks to come out faster. They have to have an early start. Playing some defense, stop the turnovers. Fast break points. You can't have 4 fast break points.
Yeah.
That's why I think they have to play some faster players. Coach came into the season saying, speed, speed, speed. We want to get up and down. We want to shoot threes. You have to do that with your speed, playing those players that fit that so that we can start seeing more of it because, like you're saying, they could be a playoff team. They aren't far away. They're showing you a lot of really good things. They just have to put it together, and I'm hoping that we can see more of it. Before we let tonight's game go, do you have a player of the game? Who you got?
I think I got to go with De'Erica.
Yep.
I mean, and it's so crazy because I just had that interview with De'Erica. I'm like, man, you killing it. What's up? And her energy every time we talk to her is job's not done. Like, she is so unbothered by this basketball that she playing. I'm scared. She talking about she got more in the tank. So it's just, I want to give her flowers because she deserves them. De'Erica Hamby is my player of the game tonight.
I'm with you. It has to be De'Erica. Another game. Stats galore. She's just putting up points, rebounds, whatever you need. I wish I played fantasy for WNBA because De'Erica will be somebody I would have to play and have to pick up. She came in and said, I want to be an all-star player. She's proven it. Hopefully this can start leading to more wins, man. Hopefully the Rooks can continue to play better. Some of the young players off the bench. Come on, Sparks. Got to get these dubs. Shout out to Coach Kurt Miller, MAC Hall of Fame, man, which is big time.
That's big. Congratulations, Coach.
Yeah,
you deserve it.
Shout out to him. Sparks fans, me and DJ, we're just like you. We see it, but we want them to make this happen. So hopefully we can see them make some big things happen when they play against the Mercury because it's going to be a hell of a game. DJ, any final words?
Of course, I need y'all to like, share, subscribe, and bring yourself right back here on Sunday because we'll be back in the studio for another away game as the Sparks take on the Phoenix Mercury. We'll see y'all soon.
Hey, see you guys Sunday, baby.